What's up, guys? We're back. We actually got a brand new chosen. Ow. Just climb up my fucking leg right when I start the video. We got a brand new chosen company video. It says, by any means necessary. These guys post a lot of good, or they don't post often, but when they do post, it's pretty solid. So, and we know chosen company. Most people that follow Ukrainian combat know chosen company. They when they started out, they built a pretty solid reputation for themselves, completing a couple of successful operations, and since then they kind of became a household name in the Ukrainian combat footage arena. So we'll check them out. So first off, my name is Saxon. I go by Vegas here in Ukraine. I am exhausted currently, so bear with me. I might be a little bit slow on this one. I was in the International Legion. I joined in January of 2023. I'm now in Azov's International Battalion right here. I am with Azov Brigade. It is by far the most professional unit I've been with. I have been in Ukraine long enough to see a lot of different units and see a lot of positives and benefits of different units, and Azov is on the top of the top as far as I'm concerned, and everybody that I'm with, frankly. So if you're interested in joining Azov, you're in Ukraine, you're on your way to Ukraine, hit us up. Do it before you join a unit you know nothing about or very little about, and you get put into some really shitty situations. Okay? Email's linked below, website's linked below, my Instagram's linked below. Let's jump into this. This is like an hour something long video, so we're definitely going to cut it up into a few different parts. Let's watch. What is going on up here? Get off. I might be too big up here.
Hold on tight and enjoy the ride. Now you got your first experience of artillery. What do you think?
That's fucking not bad. It's fucking...
Drones are my worst fear.
Mine too.
It's like an artillery shell and a sniper rifle combined.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Shit's getting fucking spicy now.
I need a vacation after this.
Yeah.
Okay, so fucking don't want to die tomorrow.
For the record, while we're at it, we've got a handful of guys from Chosen, the original Chosen company, joining us here in the Azov International Battalion. Just saying. Pretty cool, man.
109 itself was a massive trench system. It was probably like, I'd like to say, close to 100 meters total in length. It was pretty well built up, pretty well fortified until the Ukrainians pretty much all but destroyed it, which was good. And Samara itself was another separate small trench, about like 50, 60 meters from the last point of 109 further west. So that was on that tree line itself. That was the Russians' most western position there. So that position itself was quite important to them.
There was a portion of the tree line just to its south that was actually pretty well intact. It hadn't been hit by mortars, artillery, drones, or whatever. So there's a lot of thick vegetation that we didn't know exactly what was within that portion of the tree line. One of the times, one of our guys went out to do the drone reconnaissance that was actually intended for 105 and 106. But when they were checking that portion of the tree line, there were some heat signatures coming from that. Wasn't really definable as a person, but there was some sort of heat source within that tree line. And so it actually gave us reason to believe that it might have been another position there. And while we were scouting 105 and 106, we noticed that they were actually extending that portion of the southern portion of their trench toward that. So one of our sort of suspicions was that there might have been a second trench and they were actively digging to connect them. Later on, as it turned out to be the other platoon within our company that consisted of Ukrainians, they went out to that portion of the tree line and actually cleared it so that friendly forces could occupy it. And it was a small trench system that they ended up naming 107. And so we didn't have to worry too much about that, but its sort of significance is that we wanted to try and maintain the momentum to continue to take positions while it was on our side, because we took their forwardmost position, so now we have to try and follow up on that. And that position was going to end up being a staging point for us to conduct our next assault. And so with 105, 106, we did the infill via Humvees, but for what was going to be the 109 assault, we would stage in 107, infill all on foot, and then conduct the assaults on foot. Same as before, you know, we started training, preparing for this assault, probably about 2 weeks in advance. We trained specifically for 109, and then as it came to be, this was going to actually be a brigade-wide operation, to where we were just going to be a small piece of the puzzle, that there were going to be many moving parts and many elements also assaulting various other positions within the AO.
My role in this was not very prevalent. I didn't conduct the operation. However, I was injured. I was still on crutches and I was just coming back to base. And the plan was already in place. The guys are already rehearsed and they're all ready to go. And I was with the Ukrainian commander in our talk, and I was just monitoring the mission from the surveillance drone feed that we would have up, trying to watch the assault. Chosen Company's role in this was to conduct a dismounted trench assault on positions 109 and Samara, which had Russians in them. It was an operation to be conducted at night, so of course lots of practice and rehearsals, training for night operations needed to be had.
The day before the operation, we started with, again, like always, getting all the kit ready, all the essentials. When you're doing trenches, especially in Ukraine, like, explosives are your very best friend here, because there are so many bunkers, so many hideouts for Russians, and it's so extremely dangerous to poke your head in.
From the very first operation that we did in that area, right next to Pervomaisk, we knew that eventually we will have to deal with that trench system. It was a trench system that the Russians used to resupply trenches further closer to our, to Ukrainian trenches, to guide in artillery or AGS strikes, things like that. So we pretty much knew we're gonna have to take it eventually. Our plan was we infill into 107 in the night, wait there all throughout the day, and then of course towards the last light would be our window of attack. And same deal like other operations, that went fine, but the only difference for this one was, so 107 had been was previously Russian, so it had been hit quite a bit, and the state of it was in a little bit of disrepair. So we had to bring shovels, and as we got there, we were told to dig in, either create new bunkers or help dig out existing ones. And hunker down because during the day we were told they will come at us with drones and artillery. So a little bit of incentive to dig and dig fast.
The infill was nothing really happened on the infill. It was a long walk, and it's like the terrain here is like open fields, and splitting of the fields is like a tree line, and we're walking in the tree lines, and all the trenches are in the tree line, and position shovel is exactly 300-400 meters to the west from this position. We walk through it and we go into the nearest trench from position 109 or trench 109. We go in there. We got told the day before that Ukrainians had built a hideout for us, so there would be room for us because we were a lot of dudes and there was not a lot of room to fit those old guys in. We come into the trench. The first thing we see is it looks like they've been building something. It also looked like it had been blown to bits, so it was not doable at all. So we go to a Ukrainian bunker that is extremely small. There's already 3 Ukrainians in this bunker, and we would try to fit 2 more guys in there, me and my fellow teammate Sweet. And we're just getting ready, like this is during the night before, so we're going to stage in this position for like 10 hours or something like that.
So I was a PKM gunner, and we went out for the op on the 25th, the evening of the 25th. So we infilled during the night into a Ukrainian position.
Sorry. On you, Ken, on you. Where are we going?
This way, on the left, and then up to the street again.
All right, we're on you, baby. Get in.
And we went into a bunker, and we'd pack in like sardines. It's like within like a 4 or 5 meter space. We had Kaz, Ryan, Baymax, myself, and then Priest, all just like crammed in there. And that was us like fully kitted up. The like trench, like the walking trench in there was barely wide enough for us to have our kit. We had our backpacks on us, like our assault packs on us.
I was actually part of the second group to infill, and unfortunately, by the time I got there wasn't too much space in the bunkers. Any of the bunkers that were there, everyone was pretty much nut to butt.
He's got a 3rd Assault Brigade beanie on.
But by this point, I tried to find a spot where I could start digging, and all I could find was what looked like it was a destroyed fighting position. It was an indention into the trench, but it had no overtop cover. And so initially I was like, maybe I could dig into this some more. And so we just started digging and digging, but the dirt was really dry, and every time we started digging into the side, more of what was left of the top would collapse in, and we got maybe a foot in depth into the side of the trench, and then we were just like, at this point the sun was already up for like 2 hours, and we were just like, well, fuck it. We'll just stay here. No overtop cover, no concealment.
The attack was meant to kick off at 1830. It came to 1800, and our commander had brought the attack forward to about 1810. So we step off and we move to the far end of the trench, and this part of the trench is like 30 meters long. It's not occupied by the Ukrainians. It's quite shallow as well. So you get to that spot, we're all lined up. We have SBF, support by fire. We get them, one of them's Khan, he's the marksman, and then we have a PKM and a M203 launcher as well. And their job was to provide support by fire onto 109 while we crossed the open ground, because it was like about 40, 50 meters or so of open ground.
So we were moving up, and our job was to draw fire. And the way that we were going to do that is I was bringing out an American flag, and I requested a like a GBL speaker, one of those like boombox things, and I was going to blast the American national anthem and like fly the American flag over at this one position, and it was like 500 meters away from where the assault was happening, because that would have absolutely drawn attention. And at the time of this assault, there was, I think it was 26 simultaneous assaults on Russian positions throughout the area. And our whole thing was once they heard like the English voices, they would have known it was us, that it was Chosen Company, and a lot of focus would have come down on us, because the Russians were not fans of us at all. So my intention was to, do the old fuck around and find out. And I figured if IDF and everything became too much for those guys to move, I would, become obnoxious. And I had my rounds, so I set up my PCAM, and I was ready to just start blasting, 400 or 500 meters down a Russian tree line and just start spraying rounds into them, pretty much let them know that Americans are around. I'm Canadian, so it's fun.
So as the SBF started lighting the trench up, we then pushed forward. We broke off in groups of 2. So the first group of 4 was I was part of. We had the first 2. They got up, ran. When they identified the trench, like the entry point, then me and the other bloke got up and then followed him across. From there, the others joined us, and then when we started clearing the trench, we got about halfway into the trench. Then we called up the support by fire team to then come join us. When we got into 109, I set up the RPK gunner to face the south, because that was the most likely avenue of approach for any form of counterattack. And once we had done that, and we had started clearing.
Where are we going? I'm a little bit confused.
So we'll push to the edge of this trench, and then you're gonna have to move through the wood line, identify the mid-click line. So you're gonna have to go on a bit of a diagonal, identify it, and then just fucking,
So
we'll hit it.
and then
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go.
Wait. Oh, my gloves back? No, they're shit.
Let's go.
Hey, are my gloves back there?
The plan was to get out of the trench and get to a point where we could actually see 109, the 2 parts of 109, and Gimli and Shaggy would provide fire support, and if any Russians got out and tried to squirt away, then my job was to essentially shoot them.
Hold at the end of the trench.
Who's the last man? You coming? You need to come. Come on. Okay. Already taking part? Hey, Jay, is all the drones above ours?
So this is a little slower type video so far, right? I haven't said much because there hasn't been much to comment on. We're listening to the lead up to obviously what's going to kick off, I'm assuming, here soon.
All right.
Once we got the word to go ahead and conduct the assault, the call came over the radio. Myself, Gimli, and Shaggy waited for all the guys that would be part of the initial assault group to pass by. Then we went back a bit and then got out of the trench, got out to the side, and I had my rangefinder, and I just started providing distances for Gimli, who had the 320. He started lobbing 40 mil over into the two portions of the trench of 109 that we could see. Shaggy just started laying down hate with his PKM, and what we had to do is just wait for the word that the assault group had made entry and had a foothold into 109.
That's coming at us.
No.
Fire your goddamn. There we go.
I think it's this one here.
We get into the trench. We had intel that the end of the trench would probably be booby-trapped to smithereens. So the first thing I do when I come in, I was super duper scared of these anti-personnel mines. We get in, no anti-personnel mines. The first thing I see is two bunkers right in front of me and then one a little bit to the left. We started engaging the bunker and we started to throw grenades in there.
Where's the drone there? Get it in there!
Frag!
Frag out!
Bone! Bone!
We cleared the bunkers and we continue. The bunkers were so collapsed that I had to go out of the trench and then go back into the trench. And at this point the Russians already know that we are there, so it's not very nice to go out of the trench, especially under artillery barrage. We go out this trench, is very easy to clear because it's just 200 meters of just almost straight trench. It goes a little bit zigzag, but you can almost see to the end.
Good frag.
Good frag.
Come on, guys! Someone frag right.
Frag out!
Frag out!
Keep moving, keep moving. Yep. Copy, copy, copy. I got long.
I got long. We got a bunker.
We come to a turn
I'm not stopping.
in the trench. We had a non-stop
He's probably going to explain it right now. I was about to.
because I thought it was a deep bunker. Surprise, it was not. I throw it in, the first thing.
Sorry. Non-stops are there, basically homemade explosives. I believe they're non-stop cans, which are those like Monster Energy drink cans. And they fill them with plastic explosive, I believe, with a fuse stuck in them.
Thing I hear is the non-stop
The bigger explosions.
button, like it hits the wall and it bounces back out to us. I see that and I thought like, oh fuck, this is going to hurt. I go back back behind the corner and it explodes like 1 meter in front of us. And this one that hurt really fucking bad.
Get down!
And I remember the only thing I could think about saying at that point was just, woo, that hurts. And at this point I probably got a mild TBI at this point. We got it cleared. We continue.
Frag out!
Good frag. God damn, what the fuck was that?
Frag.
You can see how they're systematically dismantling the trench, right? They're lobbing grenades into the bunker positions, then they move up, they fire, kind of blind fire into these areas to make sure there's no threats before they pass, and they keep moving.
What kind?
That's 67.
Ah, there's fucking smoke.
Let's go.
Yeah, I need to fucking let the smoke settle. We got a mine canister here, so look out. Damn, you fucking scared me.
Hey, we got tripwires to the right. Tripwires to the right.
Where?
Right here, orange line. Orange line outside the bunker. Deep trench. Deep trench. Copy that.
Frag that shit. Frag that shit.
So the front three guys are clearing it. I'm the fourth man in. I move into this little offshoot and I can see further west down the tree line. I can't see Samara, but I can, the trees are blocking it, but I know the direction it's in.
Hey,
Yo,
dropping my med bag here.
Roger.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, Ollie, we have a CCP here as well if we need it where I am.
Yeah, get it into that bunker.
Hey, I'm suppressing long.
Hey, we got tripwires to the right. Tripwires.
Great communication with these guys, man. They're just everything they're doing, they're talking and they're letting each other know, so there's no surprises. They know where everybody's at, they know what everybody's doing.
Tripwires right.
So I decide to start providing suppressive fire down the trench, because if there are people there, then at least I'll try and keep their heads down. And my weapon malfunctions.
Stop edge.
And I'm like, okay, right, I take the mag off, I clear it, check it, put the mag back on, rack it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And I have a suppressor on my weapon, and I have armor-piercing rounds. And I took my weapon apart, tried to figure out what was wrong, nothing, put it back together, tried to fire it, nothing.
No. My weapon's down!
So at this point, my weapon's now out of action, I can't use it. I'm thinking, well, fuck, if there's a place that my weapon shouldn't stop working, it's now. But thankfully, I'm not up the front where that would be a real issue. So I decide to I tell them my weapon's not working, and I just hang behind as the fourth man, like ready to throw grenades or something like that.
Start preparing frags. There's fish follows here.
We get to a deep part of the trench and there's this box of impact grenades, right? And the lid has been sawn off and there's jagged edges everywhere and I can't pull it out. So I pull out my multi-tool and I'm trying the hardest I could to get these grenades out, but
Prepare frags for future.
Yep.
the Russians, when they tried to open it, butchered the box so bad that even my multi-tool broke trying to get it open, so.
Bro, I can't get this shit open.
Keep pushing, bro.
What the fuck? Does not come out.
I don't know, there's a trick to it, bro, probably.
I've got frags as well.
We start clearing more and more, and then
I met this guy last week, or about last week, and cool guy, very solid. The real deal, for sure.
at this point I'm still front man, but at this point I don't have any more grenades or whatsoever. So the guy behind me starts getting ready to start using his grenades.
Yeah, we're fragging right. Fucking frag that shit.
Yeah, frag out!
I remember he throwing the grenade, and for some reason I didn't look away. I stared straight into the hand grenade, and I just see my entire peripheral view just fills with shrapnel.
God damn.
Hell, I got it in there. You good?
Yeah.
I caught some fucking frag to the face.
Me too.
I get hit in the face, and my mate behind me got hit in the face too, because this trench is so narrow, it's almost straight, that you cannot really hide behind anything. So we fragged ourselves for the second time. But this is just the name of the game of clearing trenches here in Ukraine. You have to get comfortable.
I bet that first non-stop that he threw that shook him up a little bit, it rattled his brain. I bet that was a side effect of it right there, how he was just staring at the grenade after that guy threw it.
With throwing close to yourself.
Got it.
Yeah.
Get back. Yep, get down.
Those Those are so stupid close to themselves. It's crazy.
Let's go.
We get to the end of the trench. We got it all cleared of enemies and whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure this is the fucking end. All right, hold here.
Take a knee. Spread out, boys.
109 itself it was easy because the Russians hadn't manned it. They were there previously, but
It's just now starting to warm up, but we're 30 minutes in. I don't want to make this too long of a video. So this is part 1. Of course, it'll probably be a part 2 and a part 3. So go check out part 2 if it's up. If you're coming to Ukraine, check us out over here at Azov. I promise you, it is the unit you want to be with, frankly. Just point blank, period. So our email's linked below, website's linked below, my Instagram's linked below. You can message me on there, and please like, share, subscribe. Help us blow this channel up, man. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.